Hi, today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you how my new prototype is going to look like, and I'll just go into some detail about what it is I envisioned for it. So similar to last week's episode with the orcs, but today we're talking about the fleet prototype, which I mentioned last week, and we'll be moving to this sort of shorter videos for the time being, since there are some changes that are going on, and I just don't want to focus too much of my time on doing bigger videos at this point. But these videos are going to be free for everyone. I'm not going to be charging for them on Patreon, so this is like the difference. You won't be charged for these videos, but they will be a bit shorter and probably won't appear as often, since it much depends on how the different projects are going to proceed. If I get back on track with several of the projects and I actually see progress on them, like from week to week, then I'll get back to creating those big videos. But today I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what it is I'm thinking of for this game. And as you can see, this is a hex-based game. We've got a hex board here, and the idea is that we've got two players who are going to fight a space battle. So a very simple premise, with nothing very ambitious here, but I think that the mechanics are going to be quite interesting. And what I'm showing you here are cards for a prototype which hasn't worked out, but the idea behind which is sort of an inspiration for what I want to do here. And what it is the game was about kind of, gumshoe noir detective on a case, and the idea was that every player would get 3 cards. Out of these 3 cards, you would play one of them for the top functionality, then another one for the middle functionality, and you would keep one which determines what kind of victory conditions there are for you. And the idea behind it is good, but the problem was that with many players, and the idea was that this game would be played with up to 6 players, there was just too much chaos and you didn't really control anything that was happening. But the idea of dividing a card into 3 separate sort of places is something that I'm going to carry over into this prototype. And how I think it's going to work is you're going to get 4 cards like these during your turn, and they are going to be divided into these 3 spaces. And the order in which you play them, you place them face down, both you and your opponent play them face down, and then you see, you flip them over and you see what each of the players put down. And the idea is that whichever card you place the first is going to be treated as only the top functionality, then the second one is going to be the middle functionality, and the last one is going to be the bottom functionality. And these will tell you different things. They will tell you, for example, that you can move all of your ships by, say, 1 hex, or they might tell you move your capital ship and move your capital ship twice and then fire, or something like that. So it's going to be rather you'll have to figure out what you want to do basically with those cards. And you'll have a lot of options, because on each of these cards you'll have 4 of them, and on each of these you'll have 3 options, so you'll be able to mix and match. What I also think is going to be pretty cool is that each of the different craft that you have, so you're gonna have some fighters, these small guys, then you might have a cruiser, a heavy cruiser, or a corvette and a cruiser, and then your capital ship. And each of these is going to have their own unique ability. That unique ability is going to be available for you in front of you, and so you'll be able to use that ability instead of placing a card. So you placed a card, but the situation changed, and you may declare once per turn probably that you use this special ability of your cruiser, say that instead of playing the order that you've declared playing these cards, you're going to use your cruiser's functionality. So that's the basic idea behind the game. I'm just starting working on the different ships and how they work. And and I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some good ideas for this and then create a prototype and maybe share it with you guys if it works out fine, so you can help me test it out. That's it for this week. Sorry for the shorter videos, but as I said, I've got to rethink this entire format, so it is possible that you'll be getting only these shorter videos for the time being. But then again, I hope that whatever I talk about in these short videos is going to be interesting enough for you to stick around and see what else is coming up. So I hope to see you in my activity feed, and also if you feel like it, please contact me and let me know what you think.